Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me in this Yin Yoga class, a class for deep relaxation, self-care. How are you feeling today? How are your bodies, those beautiful vessels that you live in? My name is Shelley, and I'm going to guide you through a 45-minute Yin Yoga practice. It's a full body stretch to provide you with some well-deserved like TLC, something that you need, a little bit of kindness and loving. It's suitable for all levels of yogis. And I recommend that you have a strap and maybe a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, a pillow is great, maybe a couch cushion, something nearby that you can use as we support ourselves. We're going to come into poses such as butterfly and half butterfly and a shoelace. So you might want to feel supported through some of those. I'm glad you've come. Thanks for joining me. So this is something for all levels of yogis, so don't be intimidated or get frustrated. Yoga is a wonderful place to be. It's a great place for your body, whether you're feeling bendy, flexy, or you're feeling a little supple and you want to take it a little bit more than mellow. Feel free to take all the options. Remember, Yin Yoga is a yoga of the joints. It's where we allow the connective tissue to be worked on, that we sink into a posture. We don't force, we don't push. And it's not something of muscles. So opposite of yang is the yin. So connective tissue is made up of your skin, your ligaments, your tendons. So let's join me on the mat and we'll see what we feel from the beginning into the end. I'll see you on the mat. Come join me. So my dog Boops has joined us today. She's having a nice little rest. So yin isn't about showing up on the mat, and it's not about showing up in the physical sense. It's about showing up in your heart, the way you feel, letting yourself feel vulnerable, letting yourself feel present in the moment, allowing yourself to take the shapes that feel good to you in your body. Everybody is different. So while we take postures that are similar, we follow our own path. So I encourage you to follow your own path, make the modifications that you need for your body, honor the body that you live in, that beautiful vessel. So let's start off on our backs and coming into a supine position, allowing the legs to extend to the two corners of the mat. Roll the shoulders back and down. And allow yourself to take as much space as you would like. Let the bones feel really, really heavy, feeling that connective tissue releasing holds on the bones, softening the features of your face. Let your hips feel heavy and your belly soft. Bend one knee at a time if you'd like, soles of the feet to the mat. And maybe that's your preference. Maybe you prefer to bring your feet into butterfly. Soles of the feet touching and the knees wide. Maybe the knees want to be bent, but you want to drop the knees into tent with the feet wide. Take the shape that feels good to you in your body. Allow yourself to rest and let go. Soften the features of your face. Find space between the upper and lower teeth. Breathe comfortably and naturally. Don't focus on your breath. Notice an ease behind your eyes, whether your eyes are open or closed. A gentleness across the forehead. I want you to recall a memory of natural beauty from some time in your life, or that absolute beautiful scenery, natural scenery, stopped you in awe. Maybe it was at the beach. Maybe you were in the hills, the mountains. Perhaps you were in a field, a meadow, or a forest. And if you have many such memories, count yourself lucky. But I'd like you to select just one. And as you recall that memory, allow it to play on the inside of your forehead, your own personal movie screen. So bring your awareness to the space between your eyebrows, your third eye. And as you gaze upward, imagining you could play that natural beauty, that scenery on the inside of your forehead. Recall the memory. Recall the day. Remember the temperature. Was it warm or cold? Was there sun on your skin or was it moon at night? What was the temperature of the air? Was there wind? What were the sounds in the air? What did your clothes feel like on your skin? Notice your breath. Notice the inhales. Notice the exhales. And start to bring your awareness into the room you are in now. Notice the temperature of the room, the way your clothes feel on your skin. And each time you exhale, let your body feel a little bit more at ease, a little more soft. Let everything go. Notice the sounds in the room you're in. The sounds of my voice, the music. And then gently drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Let the head feel heavy. Bring the nose down the midline. And as you exhale, drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale, nose through the midline. As you exhale, right ear, right shoulder, let the head feel heavy. Inhale, nose through center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Back through center. Bend the left knee, bend the right knee. And if the knees are already bent, take them out hip distance apart, nice and slow. Draw the right knee in, give it a little hug and a little squeeze. Left knee in, give it a little hug and a squeeze. And gently drop the knees towards the right side, coming into a spinal twist. So dropping the knees to the right, right hand to the mid-thigh. Left hand opens up nice and wide, soften through the shoulders. Press into the elbows, the back of the head, lift the shoulders up. Shimmy them nice and square to where they feel comfortable. Gently pick the head up, bring it back down and reposition. Release the right hand if you like, palm up to sky. Release the left hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the left hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Release the right hand, if you like, palm up to sky. Rele Option to let the head drop to whatever side feels good, or keep your gaze up to sky. If you'd like a little comfort between the thighs, slip your blanket or your block between your thighs to redistribute the weight. And just breathe. Notice the space between your shoulder blades. As you breathe, feel the breath. And as you exhale, let your body go, let go of any holding, clenching. Last breath in and last breath out. And then gently bring your gaze straight up to sky. You can slip the block or the blanket out. Soles of the feet to the mat. Take a moment in active rest. Roll the shoulders back and down. And just reposition your body for just a moment. Tucking the chin towards the throat, finding a little length. And then pick the knees up and drop them over towards the left side. Left hand to the mid thigh and allow the right arm to open up, soften through the shoulder. If you feel like you'd like a little bit more maneuverability, please press through the elbows, the back of the head, shimmy through the shoulders, pick the shoulders up, bring them back down, and then just gently reposition the head. Let your head drop if that feels good to you. Allow the arm to open if that feels good to you. That's it. Sit. Take one more breath. And then slowly roll to the left side. Left arm under your head, right hand towards the mat, right in front of your belly, as you come into fetal pose. So as you come into fetal pose, just allow yourself to melt down, soft and easy. And then gently come up to seated. Take a moment. I bring the soles of the feet and then legs into easy pose. Take a moment to pause right where you are, hands on the knees, nice and easy. Move the flesh away from the sits bones. And allow your hands to rest down or up in surrender or in soothing. And bring the shoulders up to the ears. Roll the shoulders back and down. Shoulders up to the ears. Back and down. One more. Shoulders up to the ears. Back and down. Bring the shoulders up to the ears this time. Roll them forward. Big circles. Do 2 more just like that. Allow your eyes to be as comfortable, eyes open or closed, or drop the gaze. Beautiful. Finding a little ease. We're going to roll over, either bring your knees to the side or roll over the ankles, and bring yourself up into table. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Tops of the feet down, just for a moment, and feeling that lovely stretch through the ankles and the tops of the feet. Nice neutral spine, gentle breath. And give a little love to the plantar fascia, tuck the toes under. Soft through the belly as you spread the sits bones. Draw the heart through, inhale. As you ripple back, navel to spine, dome up the back like a Halloween cat. Inhale, heart through. Exhale. Inhale, heart through. Exhale. Come back to a nice neutral spine. Gently untuck the toes. Sit to one side. Soft and sweet. Down, girl. And bring the feet in together. We're going to come into butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet together, knees wide. If you have blocks and you'd like to bring them under the knees, feel free. If you'd like to bring it out into diamond, draw the legs out nice and wide. See what feels good to you. Maybe you want to sit on a blanket. We're going to hinge forward first, and then we're going to allow ourselves to melt over. So bringing either the forehead to hang gently and just let gravity drop you in. You might prefer some blocks or your bolster if you have them. So first come to the first position. Just bring your tools nearby. Soles of the feet together, hands to the shins. Roll the shoulders back and down. Allow yourself just to melt, melt, melt. Hinge forward, soft and easy. Lengthen, lengthen. We always want to find length before we fold. So as you hinge forward, allowing yourself just a nice and easy, long, smooth breath. Soften the features of your face. And incrementally coming to that edge each time. So in yoga, we talk about coming to an edge. Allowing yourself to melt, melt, melt. And then as you gaze past the toes, allowing yourself to drop the chin towards the throat. Let the head feel heavy. You can hang out right here. Your head weighs about 10 to 12 pounds. If you prefer to be supported, you can take some blocks and either bring them on the inside of your foot, of both your feet right there, and let your forehead rest. And you're resting on the space between your eyebrows, your third eye. You can also bring it to your feet, hold the blocks in place, and allow yourself just to rest the third eye. And if you don't have blocks, but you have a couch cushion, you can stack it right here, the same thing. And you're just allowing your head to rest. Soften the features of your face. Let go of any holding. It's quite delightful. If you're flexi bendy, you want to slide your hands under your shins and let your head rest. Now, whatever adventure you've chosen, just allow yourself to rest there. And we're here for about 8 breaths. Wherever you are, last breath. And as you exhale, float the palms down. If you're in that deep stretch, if you're the blocks on the forehead, hold the blocks and slowly come out of the posture wherever you are. We come out as slow as we go in. Take a moment right where you are. Soften the features of your face. Slide the left leg long and the right foot comes into the thigh. So coming into half butterfly. So keeping that right leg in towards the thigh, move the flesh away till you find those bony protrusions. Let that right leg drop, take the hands out to the side, and just allow yourself to feel at ease. Let everything go. Inhale, sweep the hands up, biceps by the ears. Keep the left leg active, toes towards the shins, subtle bend into the knee. And as you hinge forward, lengthen. And allow the hands to drop wherever that feels good to you. Heavy on the right hip, 50-50 weight distribution in your glutes. Your gaze is past your left toes. Lifting out of the hips, you're hinging forward. Long, deep breaths. Soften the features of your face. And your breath, you're exploring almost the landscape of your hamstring, as well as the landscape of your mid to lower back. Each time you exhale, you're coming down a wee bit further. And you're gazing just past your toes. And now start to look to the arch of the foot, the ankle. Your gaze comes up the shin, to the knee, to the thigh. Let your head feel heavy. Once again, feel free to slip a blanket or a block if you like to support your head. Or just allow your head to be heavy. And flip your palms up to sky. One last breath. And then slowly flip the palms down. Chin towards the throat. Walk yourself up. Protect the neck, bringing the neck up nice and slow. Coming up back to that half butterfly. Take the left hand to the right knee and the right hand behind to the side. Your heart, your navel, your knee, and your gaze, the same trajectory. Lean back a little bit as though you were leaning into a wall. And I want you to soften through that right shoulder. So you're not over stretching and over turning. You're just making it comfortable, finding a sensation that feels good to you. And breathe. And then bring your gaze back to center. Right hand helps the right leg. Extend the legs. Give yourself a little bounce, a little shake. Roll the ankles. Other way. And then you're going to bend the left knee and take it into half butterfly on the other side. Sole of the foot to the thigh, right leg forward. Flesh moves away from the sits bones. Allow that leg to feel heavy. Hands frame that thigh. With an inhale, sweep up, lift out of the waist and the hips. And as you hinge forward, lengthen here. Soft through the body, and as you exhale, bring the hands down. Now remember, you could be up here, and that's perfectly fine. You might be flat as a pancake. That's perfectly fine. Find what works for you and your body. Remember, we all move in like the same togetherness all the way through. But remember that we travel on our own individual paths by doing that. Long, smooth breath, gazing past the toes. So letting go of any of those expectations of where you need to be or have to be. Soft breath, feel it through the front of the heart, the back of the heart, between the shoulder blades. And as you exhale, gaze down the front of your shin, the knee, the thigh. Let your head feel heavy as you melt down. Notice the space between your shoulder blades. Notice the space at the front of your heart. Each time you exhale, maybe you melt down a little bit deeper. And over time, you become closer and closer towards your thigh. Your muscles let go. 2 more breaths. Let your head sway a little yes and no, back and forth. And then slowly, hands on either side, chin towards the throat, tuck it in. Slowly roll yourself back up and take a moment to pause at the top. Sweep the hands up nice and tall once again. And allow yourself just a counter stretch. Right hand to the left knee. And the left hand just comes out to the side as your heart, your navel, and your knee are all in the same trajectory as your gaze. Allow the features of your face to feel soft. Imagine that you're in the shower and you can feel the water just hitting your face and rolling down. Soften the mouth, the lips, and the jaw. Broaden through the collarbones. Broaden through the shoulders. And then slowly, slowly bring yourself back to center. Extend the left leg to join the right. Give a little bounce and a shake. Roll the ankles. Other direction. Bend one knee in, bend the other knee in. And take the feet as wide as the mat. Hands behind. And just windshield wiper, keeping your gaze first forward. And then letting the knees drop and looking over the opposite shoulder if that feels good. Maybe your gaze is forward. So honor what feels right to you. Back through center. Nice and easy. So we're going to bring ourselves into a posture called shoelace. Extending your legs nice and long. Pick the right leg up and stack the right knee over the left. Sweep the left leg across. Now, not everyone is comfortable in this pose, so there's some options. Knees are stacking. Maybe you want to slip a blanket between your thighs or a block. You want to feel those two bony protrusions at the base of your sits bones so that you're sitting equal weight. If this doesn't feel good to you, keep the right knee on top and extend the left leg into half shoelace. See how that feels to you, your knees, and your hips. If that is not comfortable for you, come into easy pose, right shin in front of left. So choose your adventure with your legs. You can come into shoelace or half. Take a moment right wherever you are. Allow the hands to rest on the shins. Allow the hips to feel heavy and soften the features of your face. Bring the hands out gently out to the side. Light on the fingertips. Nice and tall. Soften. And as you bring the hands up, right arm dives onto the left. Elbows stack. Reach for opposite shoulders. Maybe you reach for opposite lats, your latissimus dorsi, beneath. Spread the fingers if you do. Wherever you are, take the hug. Chin towards the throat. Round in a little bit so you feel that stretch through the back line of the body. Notice the breath. And allowing your fingers to give yourself a massage as you breathe. Firm, gentle touch. One last breath. And then gently bring your head up. Legs stay as they are. Bring the elbows up, shoulder height. Open up the arms. So we're going to come into eagle. If eagle is for you, open up the back of the hands to touch. Maybe the palms touch. So everybody is different. Pick the elbows up and the pinkies forward. Drop the chin towards the throat so you feel that stretch. Now, if that is not for you, stay in the hug. It's the very same thing, just a different option. So allowing your chin to come to the chest, you still pick your elbows up. Maybe you're in here in eagle and pick the fingers and drop them forward. As you feel that stretch through the back of the body, and you keep the elbows in this position. Four deep breaths. And then gently bring the chin towards the throat. Gracefully release the hands. There's not much way you can do it besides really slow. And as you come back, just let your arms rest, whether you're in easy pose or in shoelace. Just allow yourself to rest. And then gently, we're going to untangle our legs. Bring the right leg forward, the left leg forward, and just take a moment to let all of your limbs be at ease. Soften all of the bones in your body, all the joints. So what do I mean by the bones? All the tissues that are holding them. Let everything feel at ease, that you don't have to hold yourself up. That right now you're structurally sound. And just breathe. Beautiful. We're going to take the other leg on top. So bringing the left foot over, sweep the right leg out to the side. You're going to stack both knees right where they are. Walk the feet out as comfortably as you can. Move the flesh away from the sits bones and just allow your hands to rest right there. So you feel that you're equally balanced and feel quite at ease. If it isn't for you, remember, you want to honor the body you live in. So maybe the right leg comes long and the left leg stays stacked on top into half shoelace. If half shoelace is not for you, no worries. Come into easy pose. Move the flesh away and the left shin is in front of the right, and take the hands to the knees. Breathe. Soften the features of your face. Bring the hands out to the side. So whether you're in shoelace or in half or easy pose, allow yourself just to allow the hips to release as much as you can. And then we're going to take the other arm on top this time and give yourself the hug. Hands to the shoulders, the upper back. Drop the chin towards the throat. Round in, maybe once again giving your flesh a little bit of a massage if that feels good. Maybe just giving yourself a hug. Giving yourself a little bit of pats on the back, a little TLC for getting through the week, the day. When your body's asking for rest, please give it rest. And then gently bring your head up, nice and easy. Bring the elbows up. Coming into eagle arms. So from the hug, opening up the hands, back of the hands touch. Maybe flipping and the palms touch down the midline. Pick the elbows up, shoulder height, and drop the pinkies forward. Drop the chin towards the throat. And just allow your head and neck and jaw, everything to feel a little unclenched. And notice your breath where you are. Your breath is the gateway to the experience of all yoga practices, all the postures. Take a moment to pause and just notice whatever you notice. Take 2 more breaths. And then slowly bring your head up, gently release the hands, unravel really slow, whether you're in the hug or eagle. Just let the palms rest. Palms up to sky and surrender. Breathe into the back line of the body and let everything go. And then we're going to gently unhook the leg, nice and easy. And come up into table once again, a little flexion and extension of the spine once again. Tops of the feet on the mat, draw the heart through, inhale and exhale. Inhale, heart through and exhale. Come back to a nice neutral spine. We're going to keep the left hand down and sweep the right hand up. And you can look up to the right hand. You can look down at the left. And you're going to thread the right arm underneath the left, reach and stretch, dropping that right shoulder down, bringing the right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, and right ear down to the mat. Shift your weight back so you're not holding any weight in the neck. And take a moment to pause right there. Would you benefit from using a blanket underneath your head to support your head, or a block? Or are you comfortable right where you are? Send the glutes back. Maybe your arm is bent. Maybe you want to take that right arm nice and long and the left arm overhead. Soften the features of your face. Maybe you want to take the left hand up into the air. Maybe you want to bend it and take the hand to the low back. Maybe you want to take the left hand and bring it right into the hip crease of the right thigh. Wherever you are, you should feel free to take the option that feels good to you and just breathe. Long, smooth, even breath, inhales and exhales. We want to be really cautious of our neck, so you're sending the weight back. One last exhale. And if your arm is wrapped in that bind, release it and bring it back up to sky. Bring it back down to the mat. Spread the fingers. And then gently press into that left hand. Slowly unravel. Bring that right hand up. Reach up, stretch up. Roll the wrist. Other way. And maybe you get into a little juicy or a sticky spot. And then bring the right hand down to the mat, coming back into table. Feel that big breath in and that big breath out. Right hand down structurally, sound left hand reaches up. You can look up to the left thumb, or look down to the right. And as you thread that left arm under, threading the left arm under left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, left ear. Maybe you want to bring in a block for your head or a blanket. Maybe you walk the right hand forward, come up onto the pinkies. Maybe the right hand comes up into the air. Maybe you bend the left hand, the right hand, and take it to the hip crease on the left side. Open up through the heart space. You're shifting the weight back so you're not dumping into the neck. And your breath is slow, smooth, and controlled. One last breath. And if you're in that half bind, bring your hand all the way back up to sky. Bring the right hand down to the mat. You're gazing towards the right hand and slowly shift the weight up. Sweep it all the way back up to sky. Roll the wrist. Other way. Open and close the fingers, feeling a little bit of that stretch. And bring the left hand down nice and smooth. So you come bang back to table pose. Just take a moment. Nice neutral spine. Just nice and easy. We're going to sweep our hips over to one side as we come onto our backs. We're going to bring ourselves up into waterfall, a supported waterfall. So feel free to bring a block on the first height. Bring a blanket if you like, or a bolster or a couch pillow if you wish. And you're going to bring it to your sacrum, that space between your glutes and your mid back. So that nice flat piece right above at your sacrum. So you can take it onto the bolster if you like, a blanket, or a block. I'm going to bring a block in for me. Bend my knees, soles of the feet to the mat. And I'm going to slip the block or the blanket, whatever you have, underneath your sacrum. Allow the arms to rest into an inverted V. Back of the hands on the floor. And if you'd like to stay right here, bring the legs up. If you'd like to bring the legs up into the air, bring the legs up into the air. Coming into supported waterfall. Maybe you'd like to draw the legs out into a straddle. If this feels comfortable for you, choose your adventure. And if you're saying this is too much, Shell, I'm not happy with this tonight, I just want to stay in supported bridge, this is a wonderful option. Maybe you want to extend the legs in your supported bridge. Maybe you want to bring the hands up overhead. So choose the option that speaks to you. Everybody's body is different. And each day you feel a little different. So find a place that feels sweet and juicy. And allow yourself to be at ease. Long, smooth breaths. One last breath, yogis. Bend the knees, soles of the feet to the mat. And gently lift your hips up. Slide the block out nice and easy. Take the legs up into the air. Take them into half happy baby. Rock a little side to side. Come to stillness. Draw the legs together. Interlace on top of the shin. Curl yourself up. Extend. Shavasana. Start to wriggle the fingers and the toes. Roll the wrists and the ankles. Take a really big stretch. Reach. And then rolling over to the left side, take fetal pose as you pause. Allow the eyes to rest. In a poem by Dana Felds, I lay myself down on the welcoming ground, the earth's spine becoming mine. Peace seeps into heavy limbs and soothes my heartbeat to the pace of nature. I let go of my burdens one by one and letting myself sink in the same vast and holy silence. From your fetal pose, bring yourself up to seated, your eyes closed and your hands towards your heart. Take a moment to create heat between your palms, creating a little friction. And then take your hands to your eyes, let yourself rest. Let your head rest in your hands. And then gently bring your hands back to your heart. Inhale, sweep up, gather up, look up to sky. Bring all that wonderful energy you created back to your heart and seal it in. From my heart to yours, have a wonderful night. Be good to yourself. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you next time on the mat. Good night, yogis.